Yeah, I'm sure you're ready to hear all the juicy stories of how I. Yes, I was a student, think 100 at 200 level, and he was a banker. And of course, as a student, what would you think a banker would be? If not a rich prospective husband, somebody that all you have to do is just do, and all your needs are being met. You know, you know. Welcome back to the channel. Channel. My name is Christiana, like you know, and this is Christy Sports. On this channel, what we do is motivate ourselves to be who God has called us to be using His word. So today, I want to talk about how I married my husband for his money. Let's get to this, guys. Okay, so welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. You're the reason I'm motivated to do this every single time. And if you are seeing this channel for the first time, where have you been? Really? Where have you been? So if being spurred or being motivated to be who God has called you to be is what you like to be, then you want to click on the subscribe button and you want to click on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. So today you'll be wondering, how does marrying your husband for his money help us to be who God has called us to be? We'll get to this. Okay, so recently I uploaded a video about love or money, which one is more important, and I got a lot of reactions from that video. And of course, see that I was not the only one that did the video. It was like I asked people about what their thought was about this topic, love or money, which one is more important. So I got different opinions. I got a whole lot of different opinions, and coupled with the fact that at some point YouTube was giving me suggestions about changing the titles and all that. And at some point the title of that video was money is more important, love is a scam. That even brought me more comments, more reactions, and people were like, it's like Sister Christiana have want to go to the side of the devil. Which one is love is the scam again? And okay, so that was one of the reasons I decided to have make this video. When I got married, it was like it was like, okay, at that time it was like a generally accepted thing that it was the husband that should have the money. It was the husband. So though it's not been so far away, it's just been 8 years. It will be 8 years this month, and it was like, okay, so it was like a generally accepted thing that it was the husband that should have the money. It was the husband that should provide for his family. It was okay. So we're coming from a place where our parents were even if the mothers had to work, they were doing jobs that could allow them take care of the house and all that. So somehow it still came into our own generation. So it was just like our own generation was just like, okay, the ladies were like, no way, me too, I want to do my own work, me too, I want to work, I want to have my own money. So imagine coming from that part, and as a student, seeing this young handsome looking banker that is saying, hello baby, how do you see this young man that says Kenny, you grab this opportunity to to enjoy life and enjoy all the money. But let me is it shock? I will not shock you. Let me just tell you that just few years down the line, I also worked in a bank, and working in a bank opened my eyes to see that bankers are sometimes brokest. The brokest, the brokest people. You know why? Most of the bankers most bankers are actually living on borrowed money, borrowed lifestyle. Most bankers practically borrow money to buy cars, borrow money to have their weddings, borrow money to have their parents' funeral, borrow money to do practically not borrow money to do business, because of course as a banker the policy of banks says that you shouldn't have any other business apart from your bank work. So you're not borrowing money to do business, so you're borrowing money to fund your luxury lifestyle, because of course the bank expects you to look amazing, look beautiful, buy all the suits, wear all the pointed shoes, buy all the expensive bags, in short, represent the bank very well. So bankers will be like broke. So something that prevented me from suffering my husband's house was because my husband was not one of those that that loved living on loans. It was just one of those that felt let's just do what we can, let's just cut our clothes, our coats. What's the way they say that adage again, safe? Cut your coat according to your clothes. I was one of those that believes in, living within your means, not above. So thank God it did not allow me to suffer in his house. Okay, so but in this generation, this new set of people that are getting married, I know one of the things, it's just recently that I know. Okay, so it's possible. Guys have been asking has been asking ladies this question of what are you bringing to the table? Yes, like, okay, I'm a guy, I'm getting married to, I want to marry you as a lady. What do you want to bring to the table? What are you offering? It's just now that they're asking that question. No. When I got married and on, well, though it's not been so far away, but it's just like things are changing, rapidly. That was not the question. No. When I got married, the general belief was that the guy, he will bring the table and he will bring everything that will be on the table. Okay, so there was one of my friends that were just talking about, marriage. That was before we got married. We're just talking about marriage and stuff. And one of the things she mentioned was that the by the time she's ready to get married, the husband to be was going to buy the clothes that her parents, the whole families that will be coming for the wedding, in short. If her grandma was coming, the husband will buy the clothes. Her siblings, but the grandparents, the parents, and the siblings, the husband is particularly going to be responsible for the clothes they wear to the wedding. Apart from the bride price, that was the list was looking like one long list of, I don't even know what to call it. There's a whole lot of expectation on the guy. There's a whole lot of expectation on, the guy that is getting married. And it's like, once he's getting married, sometimes it's basically looking like the parents of the bride is selling the bride. Like they are collecting the money on top of the head of the bride. I spoke previously about, when I entered banking, I discovered that bankers are broke people. Imagine if really, if true, the reason I married my husband was because of money. And after marrying him, I discovered that this one is not even okay. So if I married him for money, I would have expected that, the way other people are getting loans to fund their lifestyles, you will also get loans. Collect the loan. And banks do this in such a way that if their employees, the employees are able to get loans for reduced rates. Remember, if they were giving other people loans at 28-30%, they could give their staff at 16%. There was even one I knew that the rate was 4%. You could get loan for 4% and all. So they made it feel like, okay, so you're not paying much on it, but you can just easily have access. They give you as much as millions and all that just to fund your lifestyle. So if I actually married him for money, I would have expected that Arakuni, collect this loan, let us use it to enjoy life. Maybe it's just 4%. We will pay it. You're not able to actually, build your life, get things done. And as when you get married, there are some things that you need to get done. Kids will start coming in. So maybe you start your life from a rented apartment. You should start thinking of moving to your own apartment, getting better cars and all that. Even beyond that, fulfilling purpose. Uncle, most people that decide to marry for money. True, they are not thinking of purpose anything. They're only thinking of flexing, going to Mauritius, driving Bentley, going for vacation every 2 weeks or every 6 months, as the case may be, buying up the designer things. Wait, I'm not saying all these things are bad, but if the only reason you're getting married to that man, and no, sometimes guys also marry for money. Guys will see babes, I'm like, this babe from a rich home, this babe self-made, this is where I'll push my head, and this is where I'll stay. Guys also marry for money. Some cases might even be as bad as the guy is maltreating them. The guy is, the guy has turned them to punching bag. But because the guy has money, they have refused to let the guy go. It's as bad as that sometimes. So imagine if the reason I married my husband was because he had money. If that was like, this man is a banker, I have to marry him. He have money. He have plenty money. And I discovered that bankers. And it was all the time that was, funding his lifestyle with loans. I'll frustrate you. it will have frustrated me because I will have felt like, no, 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 this is not the kind of lifestyle I bargained for. This is not the lifestyle I was looking for when I a banker. Why would banker not be able to afford honeymoon in Dubai just for 2 weeks? Let us just go and come back. But let me tell you the fact. The thing is, I was the one that was, when my family brought out the bride list, bride price list. I was what I was saying. This one, Biko commodities. This one, we no, we are not going to do this one. It was not because of his money that I saw, and thank God that was not the only thing I saw. Maybe I would have packed my bag and I would have disappeared from the house because in our first few years of marriage, it was not, it was not as it was not like everything we wanted we have it or we got it. And that is one of the things people that marry for money look out for. We have everything I want. Everything. I want a change of phone, I get it. I want a change of I want and I remember one story that happened how one person like hounded her husband until he bought her a 25,000 between something thousand naira shoe, which she ended up not being able to wear because maybe the shoe was too high or something. But before the husband bought the shoe, she frustrated the guy like, you must buy this shoe for me. You must buy it. I want to also ask the ladies that are all how to say the guy must be rich, the guy must have money. What are you giving the guy? And some ladies will feel, my body is just, the perfect thing to give a guy. The guy should not be the one providing the table and providing everything that should be on it. You yourself, what is the value you are bringing to this marriage? What is the value? Okay, so imagine that you marry this banker for money, for example, and something happens and he loses his job. What will happen? What? No, just tell me. What will happen? What will happen if this guy something happens and he has to, there has to be a pay cut. If something happens and if something happens and they tell him he's on suspension for 1 month and he will not be paid, or a lot of things happen. I've seen cases of people that are given indefinite suspensions in banks. There are some that they later call them back to say, okay, come back and start working. There are some that they did not from suspension. It says, go stay in your house. So what happens if the reason you married this person was because of his money and he loses his job? He suffers a pay cut. Or imagine, I'm sure during this pandemic that happened in 2020, a lot of families, no, let me say a lot, some families will have scattered or at the verge of scattering. Why? Because during pandemic, people lost their jobs. People, suffered pay cuts. Some people, are not even still balanced till now. That is definitely going to be, something that if the reason they married was because of money, pandemic will have shown that, money was, is this person's money or that I married, and now that the money is no longer available, I think I need to find my way. So one thing you need to know is whether as a guy or as a woman, God is the only person that can supply all your needs according to his riches in glory, because no man can supply all your needs. Okay, so according to what? The husband will supply all your needs according to his bank account that anything can happen to, bank account that can go low, bank account that anything can happen to money. Anything can happen to money. And if the only reason you're getting married to somebody is because of their money, then you are setting yourself up for disappointments. You're setting yourself up for heartbreak, because anything can happen. Anything happens to money. Anything happens to our resources. Even as children of God, things happen to our resources. Imagine if Job's wife had married him because and the way they describe Job's money, Job had plenty money. If she had married him because of his money, and when all those things happened, it was so bad. The scripture said he was sitting on dump sites and scraping his sores with broken things from that place. It was that bad. Someone that was once rich. So if the only reason she married Job was because of his money, she would have left him, of course, because money is a finish. Children have died. So what are we waiting for? So you need to rethink, whatever hope or whatever hope or dependent or whatever it is you have hanged on that man or that woman, that's because this person have money. You have turned yourself to marry you. You have told yourself, you are singing this song of somebody song go fund me one day. I mean, somebody babe go fund you one day. The person that sang the song said somebody song go find me. Some of us have turned it to somebody song go fund me. So if that is the song you are singing for this guy and you're like, it is his money, oh, if he doesn't have money, if he doesn't have money, if there's no money, we have go. Then you need to rethink, who your source is. You need to rethink it, and God is the only person that can be our source. He's the only person that promised to supply our needs according to his riches in glory. And when you trust in God, you will know that even sometimes your needs are not supplied according to what you want. It's according to what God wants for you. So there are sometimes your needs are not, the resources you feel you need, you don't even get them as at the time you think you want them. But God still supplies your needs according to his riches in glory. So I'll encourage you, if you're thinking of getting married to that lady or that brother because of the person's money, I think you should rethink your decision, because anything can happen to money. Thank you for watching till this point. Thank you for watching my video. Are there topics you think I should film videos on? Please share with me in the comment section. What do you think about this topic? Please share with me in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. And please remember to click on the like button. And you have not subscribed to my channel. All the while that I've been talking, it's not because of you. Yeah, it's because of you. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the videos on this channel. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. Till we meet in the next video. Have a beautiful life. Bye.